American singer-songwriter Suzanne Vega made her name during the folk music revival in the early 1980s.
Nein, aber das hatten wir vor, nur war das zu teuer.
Some songs don't just exist in time, they travel through it, evolving along the way, shaped by the voices that dare to reinterpret them. Few songs have undergone a transformation as striking as Tom's Diner. A song that began as an intimate, poetic observation in a New York cafe would later explode into a soul-stirring, raspy-voiced anthem on the streets of Europe, reintroduced to the world by the powerhouse collaboration of AnnenMayKantereit and giant Rooks. But how did we get from Suzanne Vega's quiet introspection to Frederick Rabb's haunting intro and Henning May's thunderous delivery? And why does this transformation resonate so deeply? Well, buckle up, because this story isn't just about a song.
Hat einen Witz, schreibt, erst husten, dann singen, Punkt, 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 eklig, Ausrufezeichen.
It's about contrast, it's about evolution, and it's about the power of reinvention. It's 1981. Inside a small cafe on the corner of 112th Street and Broadway in Manhattan, a young woman sits alone, watching the world around her. Her name? Suzanne Vega. To the outside world, she's just another customer, a quiet observer in a sea of morning routines. But Suzanne Vega is no ordinary customer. With a keen eye for detail and a songwriter's mind, she doesn't just see life passing by, she documents it. She notices the subtle nuances of daily existence. The waiter pouring coffee with muscle memory, never breaking rhythm. The newspaper in front of her, a headline about a Middle Eastern war. A woman outside, stepping into the rain, pulling her coat tighter. Each detail, mundane to most, becomes poetry in her mind. And so, Tom's Diner is born.
I've always felt that being a female in the music industry I've never found it to be really relevant. I've never found it to be...
But here's what makes Tom's Diner so different. It's not really a song at all. No instruments, no production, no melody beyond Vega's voice itself. It's a hypnotic stream of consciousness, weaving through the ordinary moments of a morning routine. A song that doesn't demand your attention. It pulls you into its world. At a time when radio was dominated by synth-driven, high-energy hits, Tom's Diner stood out for being... But that's exactly what made it so powerful. It wasn't trying to be a hit. It wasn't trying to make a statement. It was just observation, pure and unfiltered. And soon the world was listening, but not in the way anyone expected. Fast forward to 1990. By now, Tom's Diner had gained a cult following, admired by musicians, poets, and indie music lovers. But it wasn't exactly a mainstream hit. Then came DNA, a British electronic duo who did something unthinkable. Without permission, they took Vega's raw a cappella vocals and layered them over a deep, hypnotic beat. This remix transformed the song overnight. What was once an intimate, observational monologue was now a club anthem. It spread like wildfire, dominating charts in the US and Europe. But here's where things took an unexpected turn. Instead of suing, Suzanne Vega embraced it. She saw what most artists would have resisted.
Und wenn mir zweimal gesagt hat, ich soll den Schrank abholen und ich aber sage, ich will diesen Schrank nicht, dann sagt mir danach noch zweimal, dass ich bitte den Schrank abholen soll.
A reinvention that breathed new life into her creation. By doing so, she didn't just salvage her song, she cemented its legacy. Tom's Diner had evolved, but its journey wasn't over yet. Decades later, in a completely different part of the world, Tom's Diner would undergo its most dramatic transformation yet. Germany, 2019, a group of musicians sits close together in a stripped-down recording space. AnnenMayKantereit and giant Rooks. They don't rely on heavy production or artificial effects. Just a guitar, a microphone, and human presence. Then, a voice. But here's the twist. It's not Henning May, it's Frederick Rabe. His voice is smooth, controlled, hauntingly fragile. For the first few lines, you think, they're paying tribute to the original. But then, everything changes. At the exact moment the song reaches its emotional peak, Henning May enters. And his voice? It crashes in like a thunderstorm. Deep, gravelly, filled with unfiltered, raw intensity. Henning May's voice is unlike anything in modern music. It's not just deep, it's lived in. It carries the weight of 1,000 stories, the roughness of heartbreak, the urgency of human emotion. With one verse, he completely transforms the meaning of the song. What was once a soft, observational monologue becomes an existential cry, a demand to be heard. This isn't just a cover, it's a rebirth. A song that once whispered now roars. Why does this song keep coming back? Some songs are just built differently. Tom's Diner is minimalist storytelling at its finest. which makes it the perfect blank canvas for reinterpretation. DNA's remix turned it into a club anthem. AnnenMayKantereit's version turned it into raw, haunting poetry.
I think that's partly because I spend most of my time doing the writing. I think my visual image, well, because I'm a new person, that it hasn't been developed.
Even Giorgio Moroder's version turned it into an electronic dreamscape. But the core of the song, it never changes. It's still that quiet morning in New York, that moment in the diner, that snapshot of reality. So what does this all mean? It means that great songs are not just products of their time. They are living things, evolving, growing, and finding new voices. Suzanne Vega created something timeless, and artists like AnnenMayKantereit, they gave it a new voice for a new generation. And maybe, years from now, someone else will take this song and transform it yet again. Which version of Tom's Diner speaks to you the most? Do you prefer Suzanne Vega's quiet storytelling or Henning May's powerful emotional delivery? And what song do you think deserves a reinvention next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep dives into music history, viral songs, and the evolution of sound, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more.